Violence breeds violence. So there's because a couple of strategies we want to deal with. So as somebody approaches me, and the guy approached me, said, John, if John starts looking, say, are you looking for, he starts being verbally aggressive to me, like or threatening. You know, what I want to do is I don't want to necessarily to send that back to him. If he pushes me, I don't want to push him back, because if John pushes me and I push him back, what's going to happen? The whole thing is just going to escalate, isn't it? So even though I think it's not my fault, yes, it's quite instinctive if you're pushed. It's instinctive as a human being to want to push away, to push pain and push danger away from you. That's very instinctive. But the problem is, it's like playing tennis or playing tennis, table tennis. He's put the ball over to me. I've given the ball back to him. That ball is going to come back a lot faster and a lot aggressive. And there's a whole escalation of violence. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to be rude to somebody. You don't want to threaten them. Any of these things, all are going to escalate the violence, okay? So really what you want to do is, at step one, is to try and be calming, try and just leave. So if John comes up to me and goes, hey, listen, I didn't see it. Listen, I'm going to get out of here. Listen, I'm really sorry about that, but best luck. See you later, out of here, okay? So you want to use that space. You want to control that space. But you really have to remember, from a self-defense perspective, and this becomes very important for later on, is our job around self-defense is to exit. We're not into combat sports here. This is not an MMA fight. This is not a boxing match where there's points and referees and everybody shakes hands at the end. Okay, this is potential life-threatening situations. And the best way to survive those is not be in them. Is to recognize them and avoid them. So we're going to practice in the face of aggression now. So John comes up to me and I'm going to go, he might maybe ask me for money. And I'm going to say, he's going to ask, sorry, I haven't got any money. I'm really sorry, pal. Sorry, and just best of luck, and best of luck to you, pal. See you later. I'm out of here. Best of luck, okay? And we're really just going to practice controlling our space, not getting drawn in, but very much having the intent to leave. So let's have a go at that. One person's going to come up. They're going to become a little bit more insistent. The other person's going to get their hands up. You're going to be nice back to them. Remember, no threats, no physical. Just literally manage your space, be nice to them, and leave. Okay, have the intent to leave, okay? So let's practice that. Let's go. Just go. One thing to be quite careful of, Craig, please. One thing to be quite careful of. As you go to leave, don't go, I'm out of here. Don't turn your back on them. Don't turn your back on them, okay? So what you want to do is, you listen, no problem, listen, pal, say best of luck to you. Have a nice day, best of luck. But keep an eye on them and get your space. Do not turn your back on them. At the base of all animals, a retreating back is an advantage. If you think of an animal and you see somebody, their back, what are you going to do? You're going to go for it. Don't give them your back. So the job is to identify and exit without escalating. And as if I've said no to John and he keeps coming, that's a very big deal. So what I'm going to do is given that I can't leave, and given that we have a couple of different strategies, so we're going to go for the deterrent strategy at the moment. So our job now is to deter. I want him to realize I'm not a good victim, and I also want to prepare myself for the possibility of conflict if this happens. So what's going to happen is John comes up to me asking for money.
Give some money, will you?
I say no.
Give some money.
And he keeps coming, okay? So this was going to happen. So John comes up and goes, hey, how are you doing?
Some change, pal.
Sorry, I can't help you. Actually, I can't help. Listen, dude, leave me alone. I want you to go away from me. I want you to go away from me. Okay? Okay, so let's go again. So he comes up, hey dude, how you doing there? No, listen, I can't have. Actually, please, can you stay back, please? I want you to stay back. I want you to stay back. Stay away from me. Okay, so that's a little bit, that might seem to be a little bit aggressive. But what we're doing is we're playing with the idea of a continuum. Now, I raised that up and I went through like all the way up to almost police-like commands, okay? But I went up in levels. Okay, now the level you need to take is very much depending on the level you're dealing with. But one of the things that we have to notice here, and this is so, so critical, is I said no. And the way you need to think about your no is you need to think about your no as if it's a tripwire, as if it's an alarm. Like you ever see in The Walking Dead, anyone see The Walking Dead? Where they'll actually put tin cans around the trees, yeah? With little wires, so that when the zombies try to come in, they rattle the tin cans, yeah? So what I've actually got a perimeter here. This is my safety perimeter. And this guy, I've said no. I've given an instruction that I do not want to be part of this conversation. And this guy has chosen to push through my no. Now, this comes from this idea of no, of a no being broken, being breached. It comes from Gavin de Becker's work. Gavin de Becker wrote the book, The Gift of Fear. And Gavin has in his book has a saying, and it's someone who ignores your no is trying to control you. So we have a real, it's a very much, we call it a tripwire. My no tripwire. So I have the saying, it starts with no. Okay, so if I say no and this guy keeps coming, my preparation and my expectation of something going wrong needs to go way up, and my state of readiness needs to go way up. So there's two things happening here. As I do it, I'm actually raising my voice for a couple of different reasons. What's happening when I raise my voice, do you think? Yeah, so now I'm basically creating a scene so that if there's other people around. It's also very important, if you need to ask for help, you need to specifically ask specific people for help. People will not help you in general. So you say, you in the red, because everybody else is wearing black. You in the red, or reddish top, can you please call the police? You don't say, someone call the police. Okay, we'll talk about that another day. So the other thing is, I need to be clear to him. I need to give him a message that I am actually not going to be an easy victim. And the other thing I need to do is to raise my own adrenal levels. I need to raise up my own levels. By raising up, by shouting, raising my voice, I actually force my body, my heart to pump a bit more. I start to release adrenaline into my body so that I have an adrenal readiness, as opposed to adrenal shock, which comes oftentimes when we just, out of nowhere, we get a fright and adrenaline just bumps into our body. So here's the idea. It's very simple. Hey, how are you? How you doing? I say, sorry, I can't help you. And being nice. But now, hey, look at his face. But also look at the no tripwire is being breached. So now I need to either get, if there's an immediate escape, take, but if I can't immediately escape, I need to stay back. Please stay away from me. Stay back. Stay away. Stay back. So I really want, if necessary, we can go all the way. We can go fucking craziness here. Because John's going to come at me now. Stay away! Stay away! Stay away! Stay away! Do you want to fight that person? No. Do you want to fight that person? Some people might choose to, but they ain't going to be a kick. They're not going to be easy. They're going to bite. They're going to scratch. They're already spitting. All right? Like, this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be simple. That's your job. So we're deterring now, okay? Deterring. So first of all, our thing is we interrupt. How you doing there? Assess. Now we notice our no tripwire. No tripwire approach. Our job is to deter. So what I want you to do is to go in and start out being nice. Start out being nice. Get in there, have a little game. And it's amazing. And then fucking change. And then, even though this is a class, I guarantee you, don't you feel it? Because your body, the way your brain works, it picks up these signals before your neocortex does, and it reacts to them anyway. The body and the brain reacts against microfacial expressions and against posture automatically. If I go up to Dave and I go, hey, how's it going? But then I fucking go away. His body will have already reacted to that before he will have processed it. And that is our survival instinct. That all comes from a part of the brain called the amygdala, which reacts 10 times faster than our neocortex. Okay? Level 3 is all out screaming like a total lunatic. Level 1 is clear commands. Level 2 is raising it. Level 3 is craziness. So we're just going to go to level 1 first. Okay, go! Go! Okay, switch now and bring it up to level 2. Let's bring it up to level 2. Let's go, level 2. Chanzi. Okay, that wasn't level 2 enough. I want to hear clear. Stay back. Stay. So here's actually very important. In level 2, we really need to be clear. We don't want to be complicated. We don't want to have a complicated conversation with somebody. We want to say, guy's approaching me, Stephen's approaching me. I'm going to go, stay away from me. Leave me alone. Go away. And then if we are then asking for help, we have to ask specific people for help. And the other thing is to tell them, I don't know this person. If this was a woman being confronted by a male, and like people will think it's a domestic and they'll use that as an excuse not to get involved. If you don't know this person, say to them, please help me. This is not my husband. I do not know this person. I need help. It's also, if you're having a row with your husband, it's a good way to get him beaten up. Okay, so let's bring this up to level 2. Okay, let's go.
Back off.
Well, often when I try to get people to shout, people kind of go, don't they? John, people kind of go, I tell people to shout, I say, stay back, stay away. And people in the class, particularly beginners class, go, oh, I don't want to shout. Oh, they kind of go, oh, please don't make me shout. Oh, can I just stick my fingers in his eyes instead? Because they don't want to shout. They don't want to shout, because shouting is rude. But these people who won't shout think they're going to quietly stick their fingers in someone's eyes. No, they're not. No, they're not. If you won't shout, you won't stick your fingers in their eyes. Because you haven't raised the level of aggression. You haven't got it in you. So this is something you can just practice. Just raise your voice. And when you raise your voice, you increase the adrenaline in your body and you increase your capacity for aggression. So you're motoring yourself. You're working your aggression motor. Okay, so that's where you start. Okay, so what really I want to see, stay away, stay back. You'll see this in martial arts. You'll see this in people lifting weights, don't you? All of this is this cycle of energy. Okay, so basically, let's go. I really want to see fucking craziness now, right? I really want to see you get into this because there's a whole lot. Because what we're doing is we're anchoring aggression now. Remember, we're anchoring aggression. Okay, let's go.
Stay away! Stay away! Stay back! Stay back! Stay back! Stay back! Stay back!
You're being too nice. I want Dave. Stay back! Stay away! Stay back! Stay away! That's what I want. After you're screaming, are you ready to hit them now? Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll go there next. Take a break. Okay.